Hi there, viewer. How are you? Welcome to the collective energy reading, and this is going to be from the 20th of May to the 26th of May. Sorry, I didn't upload one last week. I was actually away, so I like doing these ones in the moments that we pick up on the energy directly. So I wasn't able to do last week, but this week we've got a lot more happening in the astrology, and I will talk a little bit about that in at the beginning, and then we'll get into the reading. But I will timestamp the start of the reading in the description box below, so you can jump straight to that if you prefer. So this week, viewer, we have the sun going into Gemini. So happy birthday if you are Gemini sun, and you've got your season coming up. So we've got the sun moving from Taurus, which is a very grounding, very stable energy, can be very fixed energy, to Gemini, which is all about the mind, communication, can be in relation to siblings as well, into kind of short journeys, can relate to the energy of how we, like our third house energy. So how we perhaps communicate through writing, how we communicate in thoughts to ourselves, how we communicate with others. Gemini is also quite a scatty energy in the sense of being able to do lots of things at once, being very busy, being very flighty. So we can find our energy scattered, and that can help us to get lots of things done and multitask if you like. But it can also feel the reverse of that. It can feel like things are kind of winding out of control sometimes, depending on how Gemini affects you personally. So us being in the sun in Gemini is going to impact the collective this week. We also have the full moon in Sagittarius on the 23rd of May. And this is all about emotional expansion, being very outspoken with how we feel about things. Sagittarius is freedom loving, so it's all about freedom loving within our own emotions, not being limited to anything emotionally, and that energy will be impacting everybody. And really, Sagittarius is the truth. It is a really the seeker of truth sign. So where the Sagittarius energy is in your chart and your ninth house energy, it will impact really how we search for truth, philosophy, the wisdom. It can be about long journeys, can be about traveling as well. And but the moon in Gemini really is about freedom loving on an emotional level, emotional truths coming out, emotional expansion, very emotionally driven adventures that feel very emotionally fulfilling. So we've got that energy, and I will do a separate video on the separate reading for the moon in Sagittarius, full moon in Sagittarius, because this is the completion, the culmination of kind of the last 6 months of energy for our moon cycles. And we've got Mercury in Taurus already. So Mercury is the planet of thinking, communication. It can be technology as well. So the energy of, and I can just feel the energy's just changed now as well with me, or what spirit's giving me. The Mercury is about slowing down communication. It's about slowing down thoughts. It's about slowing down and observing how we're doing things and how our thoughts are impacting our material with Taurus energy. It can be an opportunity to break any fixed thought patterns as well with Mercury and Taurus. We've got Venus in Gemini this week, and Venus is our planet of love and things that we find pleasurable, things we find beautiful, how we create, a very joyful energy. And everything that we kind of move towards in love, affection, how we show and receive affection sometimes as well, is in Gemini from the 23rd, so the same day as the full moon. Venus in Gemini is all about intellectual attraction. So Venus in Gemini wants variety, the energy of Venus being love and Gemini being very intellectual, very knowledge based, very communicative driven, and ruled by Mercury as well, is all about variety. It's about mental stimulus. It can be very restless. So if you're finding in things to do with creativity, perhaps romantic relationships, there's a restlessness. It's kind of like the restlessness that turns into excitement. So that might be a kind of an undercurrent of energy this week in the collective and in your relationships, in your communities. It's all about love and knowledge. So how we understand and intellectualize the what we find pleasurable, love, the what we bring into fruition, how our abundance is driven, and then that energy will be affecting us too. And we've got Jupiter in Gemini from the 25th. Jupiter has been playing a very Jupiter is the planet of expansion. It's the planet of abundance, planet of good fortune, optimism. uh, there's a there is a with Jupiter in Gemini, it's really driven about making things better for others on a collective level. Jupiter kind of impacts the collective. It's also about economics, like policy, global policy, and politics as well. Uh, there's it's about Jupiter in Gemini is Jupiter has been in Taurus, and that affected us about 3 weeks ago. There was some very strong Jupiter energy, so it's like this massive kind of expansion energy that came up, and this energy is running off of whatever we felt a few weeks ago, and just coming off the back of the eclipses in March, April, May has been about what we're expanding, how we're being optimistic about things, how we're moving towards things on a grounded level. With Jupiter being in Taurus, now it's moving into Gemini. It's about communicating out loud. It's about how we are impacting each other on a collective. It's really about making life better for others, uh, through truth, with the communication level as well. It's really bringing things into abundance, but being able to inspire others in that way, being optimistic, staying very strong in our convictions, and that is inspiring to people around us. And this can relate back to wisdom that we've learned, or we just have in our spiritual awareness, in our spirit, in our conscious awareness, a philosophy inspiring through philosophical thinking, philosophical learning, and things like that. So there's a fair bit going on in the collective, but it's all about moving us towards how we're thinking, how we're communicating, and how that is impacting the collective. Also about what we find pleasurable and freedom of emotional expression. So that's what's impacting the collective the majority of this week. There's always lots going on, isn't there? There's layers and layers with astrology. But let's have a look at what Spirit want us to know for collective energy, and also we'll get some advice for you, viewer, on what's coming towards you on your pathway as well from Spirit. So let's take a look and see, what do we need to know about all of this energy off the bat, Spirit? What do we need to know about collective energy impacting us this week for the viewer? Adjustments are required. Third quarter moon. What else do we need to know? This could be relating to thinking. Any adjustments in thinking? It's like there's a kind of fork in the road energy I'm picking up on. Yeah, okay, we're cutting. Okay, what else for us? I'll flip these around in a second. Step out of your comfort zone, North Node. The adjustments. So with this week being the moon in Sagittarius, it's all about emotional fulfillment through truth, and things that are kind of circling around that, but that's really the core. So adjustments, and the North Node is looking at where we are staying comfortable and avoiding those big steps, because perhaps we're worried about something, we're not sure about something, but it feels very purposeful. Anything that feels purposeful this week, we need to adjust to accommodate for that. It's very powerful energy. Whenever North Node energy comes up, there's always something powerful happening in the background. Luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. Nice. So this is 6 months ago, we had the new moon in Sagittarius. In December. Can't remember the dates. Should be December, because end of November, December time. And if you're worried that something that you really want to do is, you're worried about taking a step, a leap of faith, having courage in something, trust that when you make these adjustments, luck is coming in for you. And we're in this Sagittarius energy, obviously, with the new moon anyway. Communication is key, new moon in Gemini. So the sun goes into Gemini on the 20th, and 23rd, we've got the full moon in Sagittarius. So this is very strong about looking at what needs adjusting to fulfill our emotional fulfillment, to go towards our life purpose energy. That's going to feel very apparent for you and others around you this week. And the new moon in Gemini, communication is key. So with this both being the new moon, this is new starts for something. What do you want to release? Oh, sorry, what do you need to, okay, what do you need to release? What do you want to release for some of you as well? Because I honestly saw want instead of need. So I think Spirit put that in my mind. What is it that you have been thinking about releasing that needs, it's now time to release? This energy this week is supporting that. Feels like thought patterns. This feels like thought patterns and habits. Emotions are running high, super moon. Yes. Emotions are running high because we've got the the element of the Venus aspect coming in this week about what's kind of emotionally fulfilling for us on a pleasure level, on a joy level, on a romance level for some of us, perhaps. We've also got the full moon, which is the the peak of the mountain, if you like, and a new start is coming, new moon. There's going to be move towards change, but very positive change this week. It feels like there's an energy, an undercurrent of energy running through for the collective and for you, viewer, of taking. I want to say take a leap of faith. There's full card energy coming here. There's a new cycle happening, and you're instigating a new start. It feels like something you've been thinking about doing for a while, and now there's going to be opportunities to set those plans in motion. Okay, let's have a look. Where are we going now, Spirit? I don't know which deck we're with. Okay, we'll go here. Let's have a look at how this might be appearing on your journey or crossing your pathway. How is this crossing our pathway? This energy, this stepping out of our comfort zone onto North Node energy. It's where we feel fixed, where we feel like things have been, we're kind of safe. We want to stay in the realms of our bubble, which has been very Taurus energy. So the Taurus season collective energy that's been impacting us. There was a lot of Taurus energy happening. It's about the safety, and then it's about moving out of the safety with the wisdom, with knowledge, with the trust on our intellect, trust in the mind. We've got broken heart. So this immediately feels like something that we're healing from, something that has happened that we're healing from, and what we're worried about letting go of, what we're not releasing, is in respect to where we felt hurt in the past. And we've got community, hostilities. Okay, I feel like some people, there's ruffling feathers going on here. The world, the sun, especially impactful if you've got the sun in Gemini or the sun in Sagittarius. Envy, and definitely ruffling feathers. Something's coming back into balance. You are going to feel a lot more in balance by the end of this week, or by action that you take with the energy that's coming up this week. There's been something that's uh, moved the status quo in some way. This could be something that you've done or somebody around you's done, could be showing up in the workplace. It's going to show up in physical form in different ways for all of us. But the energy of something being moved from the status quo into something that is a lot more adventurous, perhaps a lot more scary. With this world energy, we can see a whole new world, a whole new opportunity. We haven't quite stretched out to take the leap of faith yet. With this envy energy, I always get with this, it's like we're staying, this is the south node, north node. So we're staying kind of in the shadow, which is our south node familiarity. This is exactly where we feel safe. This is what we're good at. This is where we have kind of as well as other areas of our chart where we can display natural talents and familiarity of energy. And then moving towards the north node is like knowing that we want to go into this like sunshine, into this abundance, but just some things feel scary and it might not make sense. This week, because of the Gemini energy at play, it will start to make more logical sense, or you'll start being able to unravel what it is that might be holding you back. It does feel like a habit or a thought pattern. I mean, quite often that's the case, but it feels like there's going to be a breakthrough with something to do. We're going to have a look at mental. Yeah, let's have a look at mental. It's going to be a breakthrough that helps you see something from a different perspective. It's like you're in a labyrinth, and or one of those, do you know, the mazes where you're in the bushes, the tall bushes, and you can't see anything. It's like, and you can't even see where the gaps are until you get to the gap, because everything all looks the same. You're gonna see where the gaps are this week, and you're gonna move through. There's a moving through energy. What expectations do I have that are impossible to meet? Okay, so this could be, a perfection energy coming up for you, where you feel like you're expecting too much of where you are expecting too much of yourself, and that's the pattern that could be breaking this week. There could be a disappointment, you're avoiding a disappointment or disappointing somebody or yourself, or something to do with that's attached to some heart pain that's at play here. This week is about understanding that from a mental perspective, from your wisdom, and from an emotional perspective, how and being expressive to yourself or with other people about how that has made you feel, or the impact of that. That might not resonate for everybody, but it feels like that's going to be relevant for some. Okay, there was another track, Spirit taking me down. With with the sun energy, there's sometimes it's sometimes about second chances. There could have been miscommunication with someone in your community, in your life, that has just maybe caused something to go a little bit off balance. That is going to be addressed this week. We've got communication is here as well. It could be something that's somebody just misunderstood something, or something's been kind of said perhaps in the wrong way, and it just needs another conversation to clear it up. What else do we need to know on the mental level this week, Spirit, please? Because, okay, we have, what if it was easy? What if it was easy to have this conversation? Or what if it was easy to take this step towards your North Node energy, this purpose energy, whatever it is that you feel really passionate about, really pull towards, that feels like a mission? The North Node energy is where we know something looks scary, but it doesn't stop us. And we can still feel scared, we can still feel worried and apprehensive. But the overarching underpinning energy is, but I just have to do this. I just need to do this. It's that energy, wherever that is appearing in your life, is what is really going to be supported this week. But anything that's kind of feeling like a challenge, Spirit saying, what if it was easy? What if taking that step towards something is easy? What if having this conversation was easy? What if all of these things were easy? What would it look like? So that's perhaps a question to ask this week, or with whatever's coming up through the energy of the reading. I feel like there's one more here, viewer, as well. Let's see. How can I infuse more self-love and compassion into my daily life? I do feel like for a lot of you, you're very hard on yourself. The expectation energy, it really does feel like it's the expectations that you have. Also how life is for you. So the expectations that set up in your habits and your routines. So something about breaking habits here. If you are taking on too much, like if you're trying to take on too much in the day, and we can all resonate with this, I'm sure. If you're trying to take on too much in one day, too many chores, too many activities, too many things to do in one day, too many things to think about in one day, is that because you are over stretching yourself because you don't want to let somebody down or yourself down? Does that need a conversation? Uh, do you need understanding around what's possible, what's realistic in a day, so you're not constantly pushing yourself to the point of empty every day? There's a positive energy that's filling you with energy here. There's anything that feels hostile, anything that feels like it's going to be thrown off balance, is all about adjusting how you're thinking about the situation. So adjusting how you're thinking about the situation and how you are communicating that situation, not your opinion about the situation, but how you communicate that to somebody else. Because when we go through our thought process, we get from A to Z, and we go through the whole thought process, and we understand the journey of that thought process. Whereas sometimes all somebody else gets from us is Z. They get the end result. They don't understand all the building blocks that came before that. So it could be something to do with that for some of you. Perhaps it needs a different type of explanation, or more context around an explanation for something. Let's have a look a little bit deeper and see what else we need to know with this energy. What do we need to know about this energy? What do we need to know about? Let's look at this North Node energy first. What do we need to know about this North Node energy? New life. So this North Node energy that's coming in, this purpose energy that's coming in for you this week, this wave of passion, where you can exert your energy in a really positive way, where it feels like you're going to get somewhere, it feels really purposeful. You're ready for a new life now. You are ready for this change. You're ready for this sense of fulfillment. What do we need to know about the adjustments is what I was going to say. No place like home. Okay. The adjustment, it's definitely to do with something inner for this energy, for everybody in the collective. The no place like home energy is understanding that there is no place like home within yourself. It's understanding your mind, your heart, your energy, and how the environment you're in impacts you. But ultimately, nobody can take away your peace, your stability, your rooting, your sense of security, because it is within you, it's in your soul, it's in your spirit, it's in your conscious energy. And it's supported and helped and enjoyed through our home environment, through our physical environment. But nobody can take away that center in you. And that's where we find our peace as well. That's where we kind of hear those inspirational thoughts, where we can just be with ourselves. What do we need to know about this communication energy? Because this has come up. What do we need to know about the communication? We've got community again. Okay. What do we need to know about the communication? This is about where you feel safe to be yourself, and where you feel inspired to look after others in some way. What do we need to know about? What else do we need to know about this communication? Okay. Okay. We have trust spirit here. Trust spirit will give you the words or give you the energy. Some of you won't find the words, but the not having the words is what's needed. The communication, there's something fated about this conversation. There's something that's going to come out of this conversation that is really necessary for you and the other person. If this is impacting like a work situation, this is going to put you on a new path, new direction, new dynamic with your relationship of people around you in your community, in your work community, in your living community. And we've got higher power. There's a real strong trust that for some of you this is spirit giving you the words. For others of you, this is trusting that you will find the words yourself, because that feels like your pathway is to trust that you will be given the words. For some, it's going to be trusting that spirit will help you find the words if you have that connection, if that resonates, whichever one of those resonates for you. Let's look at this new start energy, this rebalancing. We've got orphaned. So where you might have felt left out in the past, where you might have felt any kind of rejection, any kind of challenge in terms of fitting in, if you felt like nobody understands you, nobody gets you, nobody can find you, nobody can see you, see, hear, or understand you, this new start is going to help you see that that isn't true. Okay. You're going to find or take steps towards finding a community and make these adjustments that help you find a community in some way where you feel you can find yourself safely, you can communicate intellectually, and it's stimulating. And you brighten in this with the sun energy, you brighten in this energy. You really, there's something subconscious here in the moon energy. There's something subconscious here that we, you want to, you want to do it, but there's something holding you back. Let's have a look at what's hidden underneath here. Let's have a look at what's hidden underneath here. Yeah, it's a deep dive discovery week by the looks of it for us all. If you felt out of place or you haven't quite found your place in the world, this, with the orphaned energy coming out and the no place like home energy, this is where you start to really feel at home within yourself. And we never feel at home within ourselves until we start to understand and tap into this north node energy, because there is, and we all, it's from when we're born, it's a whole lifespan we have this energy with us. But it's tapping into it in a way that we understand it, and that appears and happens at different points of our life. different impacts, like in the physical, in our astrology, in our own kind of energy imprint. We've got separation and longing, yes. Contracts, career, commitments. What else is hidden here? What's in the subconscious that we need to be aware of for the energy this week? Okay, that wants to come out. I've got one here as well. Let's see if there's anything else. Is there anything else? Yeah, this sun energy is second chances as well, chemistry. Okay, anything else? Let's give it one more. There we go. Okay, so we have, viewer, facade beliefs. There's something changing in habits, beliefs, mindset about something. And this could be that you, for some of you, this could be you need to work really hard all the time. Working hard does not equal success. It doesn't equal um, financial abundance. It doesn't equal security. It doesn't equal connection. It doesn't equal community on its own. It has to be supported by other things. You can work really hard at something and not, like, physically work really hard at something and not get anywhere because there's something not aligned. You can also work effortlessly and not do anything and something comes towards you that's amazing, and there's loads of different layers within that. So for some of you where there's like a perfection drive where you feel like you have to keep striving for perfection, or you put too much, you expect too much of yourself. It's like, I've got 12 hours today, how can I, what's the maximum I can do in these 12 hours, and feeling like you can't sit down and rest and be. There's a balance here of the being and doing, the yin and the yang. Okay, we have, okay, separation and longing. So this is feeling very, you might have been feeling very separate from things, just disconnected from life in general or from people. You've just gone through a phase where you've kind of taken a detour on your own to do a bit of a deep dive on your own pathway and to come out the other side. We've got, there could be something here that's impacting how you're feeling. It could be to do with money, could be to do with your career pathway, what you want to do for work. North Node energy tends to reflect in what we do in the physical. So the embracing our North Node energy will help us make different decisions that are tough. They're always tough, but it gets easier when we realize that they're the best decisions we can make. It doesn't stop it feeling scary. Saturn decisions, the same for you as well. There can be something about timing here, about the timing. So maybe where you might have wanted to make a decision in the past but just haven't done. This is spirit saying, don't beat yourself up about anything. Don't feel like you should have done something before, you have made a mistake. This is about the clarity that you're getting this week. Could be impacting somebody around you as well, this energy. And we've got healing inner child. Yeah. Okay. That's around this conversation that you might be having. We've got the ace and water, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. This energy, it's about with the full moon coming up as well this week. This is about our emotional being, our emotional well-being, our emotional healing, perhaps for some, emotional fulfillment. And we've got chemistry and passion. This is something that you really do feel passionate about. It could be that you feel passionate about in a community together. It could be in your work communities. It could be in a relationship. We've got messages and dreams. And we've got present, abundant, and gratitude. Okay. So spirit, there's a big higher power energy supporting your shift this week. I mean, they're always with us, spirit's always with us, but there's a real shift in this energy this week. And spirit saying, be aware of dreams, be aware of visions and dreams with this energy. This, with the messages, this can be with Mercury energy as well. So if you do find that you're overthinking, this is spirit saying slow down thought pattern, slow down with anything that's making you feel in any way anxious, and you'll get clarity. Okay, because there's opportunities that are going to come towards you this week to help you step in the right direction with something. And Spirit saying be present so you don't miss those opportunities as well. For some of you, this is quite literally finding a solution to come out of debt that you're in, or have some kind of financial plan to save or to come out of debt, or to have a better like good career salary negotiations. If that's the case, this feels like the first time you've been able to have this type of conversation, because you felt worried about losing your job because of the security and because of everything else that comes with that. You haven't had, this is the first time that you've had the depth, you've tapped into this depth of energy to have that conversation confidently. Where is this impacting us? We've got Virgo digest. This is to do with our health. Okay. How else is this impacting us? This energy impacting us? Where might it be appearing? How is this impacting us? So, yes, we've got Vesta Hearth. Yes, this is really passion. For some of you, I feel like I need to qualify this with I'm not a doctor. For some of you, find foods, minerals, vitamins, liquid like drinks, whatever resonates for you, whatever works for you, that feels nourishing, because any fogginess that you have around your pathway forward is being impacted by health right now. And that could be spiritual health, that could be your environmental health, that could be physical health. This feels like something making you feel anxious is potentially like in your stomach, perhaps. There could be like butterflies with something. Yeah, there's something about food, health, being connected to how you're moving towards your passion. So this is either Spirit saying, if you've been conscious of this already in the recent past, in the last few weeks, I want to say last maybe 2 months, if you've been having thoughts of very conscious eating, like conscious considered eating, been very aware of, or perhaps just using that as an example as testing yourself. So it's like walking into a supermarket, and instead of having a grocery list, it's like, okay, feel what I want to eat right now, feel what's good for my body. There's something around conscious eating here. If you've been doing that, this is Spirit saying keep going, because what you're doing is helping digestion, or it could be something to do with digestion. Some of you might be feeling something like gluten free or lactose free or celiac, something to do with your digestive system being impacted by what you're consuming, which is impacting your decisions to make steps forward. So when we eat really well and really healthy, our body's healthy, our minds are healthy, and it all has a knock-on effect. Give me 1 second. My battery on my laptop is about to die. Sorry, viewer. Thank you for waiting for me. I didn't want that to cut off, otherwise it would have cut off the whole reading. So let's have a look what else we need to know about this energy. We've got Chiron heal, Mercury messages. Yeah, this with the messages is very Mercury based energy. We've got Gemini's ruled by Mercury's ruled by Gemini, sorry. So we've got Mercury in Taurus, which is all about slow considered thinking. Okay. This is really beautiful energy. There's something around physical health, and it's to do with foods that we're consuming. So I feel like Spirit's flagging that because it's impacting us burning at our brightest light, because we've got shine coming up here with Leo energy. Doesn't have to be Leo energy applicable, but it's to do with our fifth house energy, which is ruled by Leo. This is about courage. This can be about romance. This could be about hobbies. This could be about where we feel we want to shine in the world, because this feels like kind of like our trying to tap into this universal light, the connected oneness of that light within ourselves. So where do we feel like we want to we could shine, and then where are we being restricted for that, taking steps towards that. And we've got Chiron heal. So this is about deep wounds coming to the surface, about being aware of things that are very deep in our energy field, in our psyche, in our just our being, that needs healing and love and care. This type of healing with Chiron needs awareness and compassion, because it's the kind of healing that really feels very deep. But that's something that comes through this week, is helping that. I feel like it's to do with this conversation. So if you have a if you some of your healing is based around, or the deepest wounds of your healing is based around the appreciation of other people. It's to do with wanting to be accepted with the orphaned energy. It's to do with wanting to feel seen, heard, and understood. If and that we all get impacted by that, but if you get impacted quite deeply with that energy, where there is a need to feel like you have to overexert yourself in order to be considered the same as everybody else, or anything around that type of topic, especially with this orphaned energy coming out and the inner child energy coming out. This is kind of like the rejection energy that, I mean, we all have these core wounds, but if that's something that feels very strong, there's a conversation that you have this week, or an action that you take this week that helps that heal. And you expand from that. This is, so we've got Sagittarius energy coming out again, and this is about expanding our knowledge, expanding our truth, expanding what any kind of limitations. So with the moon in Sagittarius this week, the full moon in Sagittarius this week, it's about no limits on our emotional state. It's about not putting limits emotionally on ourselves. And if that's been happening in relationships that you're in communities that you're in, or with yourself, that's going to be helped this week. And spirits, there are going to be messages. There's messages that are important to you that you need to hear. This could be coming to you by songs. This could be coming to you by something that you just see randomly online, randomly a poster in the street. This could be anything. Look for signs this week, because we've got this twice. It could be in dreams, it might not be in dreams. It could be coming a different way. Lyrics of a song, words people say, numbers that you see, animals that you see, anything like that comes up this week. Okay. I want to have a look at, where are we going now, Spirit? I feel like, yeah, okay. Let's go here. Let's see, life path forward for you specifically, viewer. Where is it that we're going, and what advice does Spirit have for you on this forward motion movement? Let's look at forward motion movement. Okay. Spirit of the river. This is about going with the flow. So anything and we've got the water energy that came out earlier as well. We've got the watchers. This is about your legacy. This is about ancestral support. This is about your lineage, perhaps, for some of you. Something connected with that. Yeah, there's definitely breaking habits this week. I feel we need to get 3 here. Can we get one more, please, Spirit? Oh, not all of them. Let's get one more. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, balancing act. Okay. Where you've been feeling in any way limited, whatever area of your life you've been feeling limited, Spirit is saying there's strong ancestral support for you in the spirit world here. So whether this is a family that you have known, in this life or that are just around you that are from many, many lives before. There is something strong about family links, family, your connection to family, your community, because we've got community up twice here. So what you consider family, and breaking anything that isn't serving your highest purpose, your North Node energy. Okay, so anything that this is about breaking patterns where it's not necessarily bad, it's just not for you, because now you need to go. What's coming towards you is a flow of energy that you can move with. You're going towards a more of an emotional adventure, more of a spiritual adventure, more of a physical adventure for some of you. This could be playing out in physical form in terms of traveling or anything like that. But being ready. Dances on one foot is all about being absolutely, ultimately ready for the next move. So it's about what's coming towards you is something very exciting, and Spirit's saying be ready for it. Be ready to move and take action. Be ready to go with the flow. Be ready to jump into the river and allow the river to carry you forward, to carry you through. Okay, let's have a look at, did we get tarot? No, we didn't. We didn't get tarot earlier. Let's have a look at the tarot and see what we need to know and about how this flow of energy is moving through. I feel like there's a lot going. We've got the moon straight away. I feel like there's a lot going on because we've got Gemini. We've got a lot of Gemini and Sagittarius energy come up. So we've got the only signs. Wow, I didn't pick up on this earlier. The only signs that we've got with the first baseline energy that came out is Sagittarius and Gemini. We've got Gemini energy here. We've got Gemini energy with Mercury, and we've got Sagittarius here. Okay. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, we've got the moon and patience, Sagittarius energy again. So this is temperance in the tarot. This is finding moderation in things. So where we might have felt very emotionally driven or triggered or moved, this week is all about finding a blend of things. So for some of you, this is picking your battles, just like knowing what battles to just don't worry about and what things to really fight for. Sagittarius is a very passionate energy when it fights for a cause, very passionate energy, and it's the truth seeker. So it's pointing your arrow in the direction that you want to go in and trusting that it will fly, it will go. But with the temperance energy, there's a patience that's needed here. There's a moderation. There's a trusting of divine timing. Something that you might have, like what we said earlier, something that you might have wished that you'd done in the past. If you had done it in the past, other pieces of the jigsaw wouldn't be in place now as they are now for you, and it wouldn't have been as fulfilling, successful, satisfying as it is now. There's something changing here. There's something changing. There's something that you want to move towards, you want to do, something that's going to be an opportunity that you're going to say yes to this week. And just, I love that it's the moon and patience, which is full moon Sagittarius energy. So that energy could be impacting you quite a lot this week. Could be where Sagittarius is in your chart. It could be where the moon is in your chart, and it could be ninth house energy or combination of all of them. Okay, let's see what else we need to know about what's coming. Let's have a look at okay, let's have a look at what's crossing the pathway. King of water, six of air. I feel like there's so much going on, and it's appearing so different for you all. And I want to try and get the most relevant collective messages. Okay. Okay. Someone, so crossing your pathway is an opportunity. There's going to be a chance to move in a different direction. And it's going to come from somebody who has a lot of wisdom, a very strong masculine energy. Doesn't have to be a man, but action. Somebody who's very skillful at making decisions from an emotional level. This could be family, could be a mentor of sorts. They're going to help you see past any kind of fogginess. If you felt like you've just been in contemplation and you haven't been able to make a decision, if you felt just I just don't know where to go, and all a bit at your wit's end with something, and move past thinking and into your passion state. Okay, somebody's going to come through and help with that, give you some inspiration. This could be in your signs. This could be, you could be sitting in a coffee shop and somebody next, you have a conversation with somebody next to you, and they have exactly the skill or the knowledge or the advice that you need to hear to move forward, because we're always impacted by each other. It's kind of how we contribute to the world, to the collective, is to offer that for somebody else. So it's like you're receiving somebody else's North Node energy because their purpose is to help other people, or their purpose is to spread the knowledge about something, and you need that. There's a really beautiful cycle that's happening here, and an exchange of energy that's happening here as well. Okay, let's just get some clarification and see, what do we need to know about this patience, please? Yeah, the worst is over. 10 of Swords. The worst is over. There is where you've been in your mind, where you felt mental fatigue, mental burnout. Have patience, because the good times are coming. It is coming. It's just might not be in the time that we want it. It's like we might want relief right now, but where we get relief right now is in this knowing that our peace is within us, and utilizing the energy that's coming in this week, utilizing the that kind of scattered approach of like lots of little things giving us pleasure. And it doesn't have to be, it could be just a takeaway, it could be going for a walk, it could be watching your favorite movie, it could be anything. There's like these small pleasures that help this interim period. There's big change coming. There's really big change coming. Also, if this is to do with communication, there's a celebration at hand here. There could be, you've gone through a portal. The Four of Wands is also portal energy, as well as celebration and achievement, and something like a mini victory. But you've you've gone into a portal, you've gone through the portal, you've understood really how, like, the alchemy of something, I feel. And that's what you're going to use on your next steps forward for whatever this is. And there's something very lucky, something coming into fruition very well for you, but it's like you can't quite see it just yet, because you're ready for this new life, and the new life needs us to not know what happens at the end. Otherwise, we don't have the kind of excitement and the adventure that all this Sagittarius energy is showing us. But with where this Ten of Swords is communication, it's like waiting for the right time to have this conversation, or you've waited long enough to have this conversation, however that might apply for you. Okay, what do we need to know about this moon energy this week? We've got the Queen of Swords. I'm getting a couple of different things with this one. There's been something you haven't been ready to communicate, that now you're going to be ready to communicate with the full moon energy coming in this week. The moon is about finding, as well as other things, about finding light in the darkness, And it's trusting your own wisdom, your own authority. It's trusting your own truth to move, to take a decision, to take action, or to communicate. Okay, what else do we need to know about this moon energy? We've got the wheel. Yeah, whatever portal it is that you've been through, whatever you've just had an aha moment on, a realization moment on, something's come together for you, the wheel of fortune is turning, so you will get a completely different perspective. Something's moving. We've got this new life here as well. Something is moving. You're ready for a new start. I feel like Spirit's saying be wide open for this. And sometimes we need to be in the dark before we can really, we need to be in the dark before we can really see the light in its fullest, because we've got the moon and the sun coming up for you here. What do we need to know about this King of Water? Okay, we've got the Four of Cups and the King of Pentacles. Yes, somebody, this is someone, and this energy is about something that's going to cross your pathway and help you this week. And we've definitely got somebody, and we've got the Four of Cups again. We've got somebody that is accomplished, that has achieved, that has taken action out of an emotional, from an emotional standpoint, and really been successful in the physical, because we've got the water and the pentacles energy, and just to get you out of any kind of funk that you've been in. It's like you've got an idea but you don't know where to start, but it's just like you've lost your oomph with something. Somebody's going to help you with that. That's either somebody who is a protector of you, or somebody who looks after you in some way, or takes care of you in some way, or who has caring feelings towards you, or somebody who is a mentor, perhaps in the workspace or in your community. This could be showing up anywhere, but somebody who's accomplished and who's made decisions from an emotional perspective. Let's look at this Four of Water, Four of Pentacles. Don't hold on too tightly to anything that's happened in the past. Yeah, don't hold on too tightly to the past. We've got the Hierophant. The energy that you are working with it's a teacher. There's somebody coming in that's going to be a teacher for you. This could be a teacher, or your or husband or wife, or long term partner that helps you here. Having conversations with people that you trust to talk out your ideas with. There's something very significant about this energy for you, viewer. This is, and with the Sagittarius energy is all about wisdom, philosophy, teachings, and that's this energy. And the Hierophant is Taurus energy in the tarot, but there's a very palpable Sagittarius energy that comes through with the Hierophant for me, because of the spirituality, because of the truth, because of the enlightenment. You're going to see light at the end of the tunnel with something. You're going to understand what it is you need to do in the north, in this North Node energy, and how. But then you're going to need help to bring something into fruition. This could be in a relationship. It feels like it could be playing out in different areas of your life, but there's a specific action to take, and it's about playing with that action. Page of Wands, being playful with the action, just seeing what happens, trying something, seeing what happens, not being too hard on yourself. I want to say as well, with this, the expectations energy that's come through. And we've got the Page of, again, yes, be curious, because this is all about your emotions and your action. Be curious about emotions and actions without tying yourself to the result of them. This is about the experience, feeling the experience, and the adventure and the exhilaration of trying something new where you don't know where you land, trusting you're going to land on the other side, trusting that you've got you, trusting that other people have got you in your community, and trusting that Spirit have got you. Yeah, there's a playful, really lovely playful energy coming out with this. Anything else we need to know with this? The Watchers, the River, and the Dancing on 1 foot. 10 of Cups. Okay, so where you're moving towards, viewer, is a place that is a lot more emotionally fulfilling. This could be in a relationship, this could be family, this could be the communication about family, starting a family, communication to have a different dynamic within the family. This could be something that this new step on this new life where it's a lot more emotionally fulfilling. Yeah, big emotional fulfillment this week. You're going to feel it come in. You're going to, if you don't feel it in now, you're going to feel the door open to be able to walk into it, not just towards it, but into it. Okay, let's have a quick look at the energy you're working with here. What does Spirit want you to be leaning into while you're going on this pathway this week? Okay, we've got the Indian cross. So this is Spirit saying you have everything you need. Everything is in place. You just now need to walk through. This is being able to access different dimensions. This is being able to access different energies. This is like the quantum physics card for me. It's being able to release ourselves from conditioning, habits, concepts, and that came up earlier, and fully be in the oneness energy from our one perspective. It's a very complex energy. This is an experience type of energy. So where we're in this experience here, I mean, everything's an experience energy, I know. But this is deeply about the experience this week. It's not about the result. It's not about the the proof is in the pudding type thing. This is about your experience so that you can test and try how you move, how your body moves, how food is with you, how anything health wise that you want to change or do or experiment with. This is about looking at things that you can try and test with what needs releasing, what adjustments are required, because you'll land it. It's like you won't get it the first time. There's something important about needing to try a few different things so that you know, okay, that doesn't work for me, that doesn't work for me, that doesn't work for me, this works for me, this is where I'm going. And then you've got that direction and that focus. So that's what this energy feels like is important for you this week. Let's have a look. What else do we need to know about the energy to utilize and use this week? Okay, we've got the rainbow. Oh, beautiful. This is completion. This is chakra balance as well. This is just pure joy. Pure joy. I mean, this is this is gorgeous energy. The rainbow and the 10 of cups. This is really wonderful energy. Whatever's happening for you, viewer, it's very fulfilling, very satisfying, very playful, very joyful, and it's in collaboration with other people somehow. It's in a community, it's in your family, in a relationship. If you've got a business, this is to do with customers. This is the people that you are impacting, you are part of, the energy, the collective energy that you're part of. And we've got the owl and fire. Big transformation. Things burning away, things being burnt away, things being reduced to ash that just don't serve you anymore, things dissolving completely that just don't serve you anymore. This is really about taking action. So fire is our one's energy. It's about how we take action, how we move in the world. It's about our passion, our desires. With Venus being in Gemini, coming into Gemini this week on the 23rd, this is strongly around what we're passionate about and how we are thinking about that, how we intellectualize, how we're stimulated by knowledge. This person, the King of Water, King of Earth person that's coming towards you to support you on this journey this week, whoever this is, they help you tap into this fire, your passion, your desire, and this transformation. Okay, and we've got the owl. So our wisdom, understanding our wisdom, understanding the owl also is a night animal. So the owl sees in the dark. The owl does not need the sun or the moonlight to see in the dark. I feel like that's important for you as well. Okay. And we have stand still. This is about being in total stillness to understand the emotions. There could be a guru here for some of you that you are talking to this week, or a spiritual teacher or religious teacher of in some way with the Hierophant and this some of the energy that's come up here. because there's something that is being processed on a cellular level, like really powerfully processed, where we get to this point of stillness, this point of peace, and we had this no place like home. That stillness happens regardless of what's happening around us. And we've got this fire energy. So we can be in our passion, because there is still this kind of passion energy that happens on this card as well. If where we're actually, I've just seen that we've got very beautiful red energy. This is our root chakra, the red energy. This is the passion energy. This is the drive forward. This can be transformation. So yeah, something about being still in chaos. Something about going inwards and being still mentally, emotionally, and going deeper to find that connection. The stillness is where we find our North Node energy, this stillness. And we've got the beloved. So this is unconditional love for yourself and others, because there's something really powerful about community, or the people that you're connecting with or will be connecting with. Beloved is like the I see you avatar energy. That's always how I describe this card. That's what I see when this comes out. Okay, let's have a look at how spirit are with you this week, and what they want you to know about how they're helping you through the energy this week. Specifically for you here, viewer. Oh, straight away, energy balance. We had chakra balance earlier, didn't we? Yes, with the rainbow. There's a balance, and we've got the yin yang as well. So there's a balance of being and doing this week. So taking action and feeling. This could be showing up in a relationship, could be showing up in work. But there's something about coming into balance, or being balanced with something. I feel like for a lot of you, this is being balanced with action and non-action. Okay, what else do you want the viewer to know, please, Spirit, about how you're, compassion? This came out earlier as well, didn't it? This energy came out earlier. I feel like for a lot of you, there's a need to be compassionate with yourself before anything else, before taking action, before anything. This is about having compassion for yourself. This is also about having compassion for where these conversations might be coming towards you this week, because we're in collective energy. This is compassion for somebody else's vulnerability. This is definitely compassion for yourself, where your expectations might be just unachievable or very difficult to achieve. It's flipping how you are in that energy into a what's actually valuable, what are my values energy. Because with the sun moving from Taurus into Gemini, it's moving from the second house energy, which is all about the our values, personal finances, and other things as well, but moving from our values as a person individually, our values, into what we are communicating, how we're intellectualizing, how we are obtaining knowledge, how we're writing to communicate for some of you. Okay, so spirit are with you to help with any compassion, any healing that's needed with compassion, because we've got Chiron here as well, which is our wounded healer energy. And what else do you want the viewer to know, please, Spirit? Okay, let's keep shuffling. We've got community again. And Spirits, I usually cut this deck, but Spirits, because it's slightly big, but Spirit was like, keep shuffling, and this is what comes out. Oh, okay. There's two things coming through. One, and it could be one, the other, or both. This is about finding your tribe. This is about being vulnerable in your soul tribe, in your community. Your community could be your home unit, it could be your family, whatever community means to you. It's finding your community and celebrating with them. There's something important that's happening in your community right now. And it's interesting because we're in a collective reading, but it feels like people, what we all need to do as a collective perhaps is to everyone to consciously help each other in a very active way, in a more conscious way. um, to release some of these old kind of paradigms and ways of living that we've been so accustomed to, so used to, but actually focusing on immediate community. Because when we do that, if everybody does that, then every community is lifted up and is given an injection of life force energy and of passion and drive and compassion and balance. And there's really something strong, I feel spirit saying to all of us this week with the collective energy, with this community, because it's come up 3 times. Community, community, and this one as well. Okay. Could be how you're communicating in your community. You could be a spokesperson in your community for some of you, or that some impact in that way. But this is about finding your community. Your North Node is about finding where you're supposed to be, where we really are supposed to be. It's not what we strive for. What we strive for is our midheaven, which is like our 10th house energy, and that's kind of the where we strive towards. But the North Node energy is like that. I have to go and do this thing. I have to do this thing. It just feels so important to me. And there's something connected with that energy that you're feeling this week with your community. Okay, let's get some final words of guidance. I feel like I want to keep going because there's so many layers in this reading. So many layers. And as I say, it's going to be showing up different for everybody in different ways, but there's a deep connectedness within the community. It's like the do you know the 6 degrees of separation theory? There's a real powerful edge with that energy that's coming through. Okay. Something about passing on knowledge this week as well. Okay, let's see. And hold on. Spirit said shuffle again. I don't think I cut that right. Okay. Snow leopard, self-resilience. No, I always say self-resilience. It's self-reliance on this card. And there's one more. There we go. Thank you. And we've got cat independence. Okay. And this is advice for you, viewer. Snow leopard, self-reliance. You are strongly independent and often solitary. Integrity is important for your best outcome. Cloak yourself with invisibility and walk with the shamans. Use your intuition and let life unfold in silent perfection. I feel like you've been on a road recently where you've felt like you just need to be on your own. You've needed space, or you've needed time, or your environment to be where you're on your own. And we've got cat independent. You are a natural healer. Your intuition is strong. You don't have to go with the crowd. Life supports you in every way. Okay. So where you've been on a journey where you've been very needing to focus on you, or needing time, or something different, or something set up in your life where you're focused on you, that's been really important. And for all of us, that happens kind of April. That's like the Aries energy, Aries season. We've then looked at our values, what's important to us. We've done a deep dive in that respect, and we're coming out the other side now. We're coming into Gemini energy, wherever that sits in your chart. But and with the full moon in Sagittarius this week, which is around that truth, this is under trusting your own wisdom, which is all Sagittarius energy, trusting your own wisdom, but moving from solitary to a community without being attached to either. So we can be independent and we can be ourselves and fully ourselves and not have to change the same way we are when we're solitary to when we go into a community space. It doesn't mean we need to change anything. Okay, and let's get one more. Okay, Spirit, same one from here. Okay, viewer, let's get one more last piece of guidance for you for this week. Okay, we've got magical blessings. Whatever you're going through, you're being assisted by magical fairy blessings. The fairies say you can bless others too. Again, there's something about moving from self to other for all of us. It's like the domino effect of acts of compassion and acts of kindness. Very, very, very moving, very beautiful. But Spirit want you to know that you are being blessed, and you've got a lot of luck coming as well. Like something about timing. but there's like passion being ignited here. There's the rainbow, this joy, this emotional fulfillment with the 10 of Cups on this week's energy for you. There's a lot of positivity. Okay, let's have a look. One more. Our last card, viewer. Wait for winter. During the colder months, the fairy queen of winter will help you manifest your most heartfelt wishes as long as your intentions are for the highest good of all. So this is about the timing. It's you've been in like a gestation period. You've been in a time where you've been thinking about manifesting something, wanting it to manifest. If you felt in any way that you have done something that means that you can't get this manifestation into fruition, please trust that it's divine timing. There's something here about things moving. We've got the Wheel of Fortune as well. So there's the things outside of our control, which is pretty much everything apart from our mind and our ability to process and be open. Everything else kind of comes at us and we react to it. Even the proactive stuff, we're kind of reacting to things we already know. So there's a lot at play that mean things need to be in certain positions and places for those jigsaw pieces to fall into place. So if you do feel like there's something that you've done that has prevented something from good from happening, I've and this won't apply to everybody, or might not apply to everybody, but if it does apply to you and it does resonate for you, please know this is spirit saying you've been in winter period, and that's this solitude energy as well. You've been in winter period, and now we're this week we're starting to see the seeds come to life. We're starting to see things grow, things come out of the ground, things really come to fruition. They're starting to move in a much more active way, and you're going to see it within the collective and you're going to feel it within yourself as well. Okay, viewer, I hope that you found some messages of guidance from spirit in the reading today for the energy this week for the collective and also for yourself and your journey. Thank you for watching the reading with me as always, and I will catch you next time. Take care.